Talk about a couple of young players over the course of the weekend. Firstly, the most obvious one, who's been spoken about more than any other player in the last 2 weeks, Lachie Galvin.
What's happened there?
Yeah, I don't know.
What's been going on?
I don't know. Apparently some contract stuff going on. But yesterday, he went out there at Leichhardt Oval, speaking to people there. The bit of the Bronx cheers going on, a little bit of jeering at the start, but that started to subside. Set up a try early.
Some other people
showed his mental toughness yesterday.
Some other people are off contract this year too, aren't they?
Yeah, there is. Certainly is. Don't worry about that.
I like how Galvin delivered because a kid his age, handling everything that happened, he didn't hesitate. Like, he actually went and was direct at the game. That try assist there, his excitement to be a part of it is something that he should hold on to.
Yep.
The one thing I will say is that there was talk around him and during the week about having grievances with Benji's coaching or whatever. I can tell by the way that this kid plays that he doesn't, with respect, think deeply about the way he plays. He just does. Yeah, for example, he'll get the ball on tackle one and just kick it.
Yep.
Without any context of what else is going on. There's a couple of occasions on the weekend. But that first try that he set up, like, it's just doing things.
Yeah,
when he wants to do things, he's very, very effective at it. So, very good performance for a kid that most other people in his position would be stand out of the contest from word go, went straight to it. It's a feather in his cap, actually.
I think I spoke about this last week. He's, of course, not a 7, but he's not exactly a pure 6 either. He does remind me of a hybrid, almost like a 6-13. Because for me, he looks like a player. Well, he is a player who's more comfortable playing through 7. No, I don't see him as a 7.
Right. He's got... when Munster arrived as a young kid, he just did things, right? And we've spoken about this as you develop as a young player, particularly as a half. When you just do things and someone comes up to you and says, how'd you do that? And you went, oh, I just did it because I ran the ball, right? In 5 years' time, I think this young man's going to be more footy IQ, more aware. He's going to be able to work through, like Munster's doing now, to explain exactly how things unfolded.
Yeah,
so I think there's heaps of opportunity for Lachie Galvin. In 5 years' time, I wouldn't be putting the shackles on you that he couldn't play halfback, but yeah, I understand where you're coming from.
Before we talk about the Sharks and that sort of crazy Golden Point period, I just want to talk about another young player, the Warriors, Halasima. That young guy who's been coming off the bench, he actually started, I think, the other night. This guy, my God, he's got some natural ability, this bloke. And it's a little thing he does here, right? Now, talk about train spotting stuff. This is just a little thing, but the level of his skill, you watch the way he plays the football, right, Coops, and he plays it. He's a left-hand carry, but he jumps up and he plays the ball. He carries it with his left hand. He plays it with his right foot. Now this is only a little thing, but do you know what I mean? Like that takes a lot of skill to do that. A lot of skill and coordination.
It does, but they played on Anzac Day. You probably had Anzac Day breakfast beers. That game's at 8 o'clock at night. Are you watching that and think something like that?
Coops, I just find that fascinating. I know, does that... I'm really showing myself to be...
Out of all the things you can pick up on a rugby league field...
It amazes me. People, I get there sometimes and even, like, I see a right footer play the ball with his left foot and I go, God, that's clever. And when I saw this young bloke do this, I thought, my goodness, that's clever. Let's watch it again. Let's
watch it again.
Right, left hand, right foot.
That's a good pickup. That's a good pickup from me.
I know, but you are right about 2 up and 8 a.m. beers. Oh, I tell you what, by the time the
play the ball.
By the time the third game came around, I tell you, I got some interesting points on the Melbourne Storm.
I can't wait.
Hey, it was it, mate. The Sharkies.
Yeah.
It was there for them.
It was, mate. It
was there. Well done to the Tigers. Really important win for them.
Yeah.
But the Sharks looked back fit to be the other day. Just that composure in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, and it's hard to teach this as a game management thing because you almost have to live it by trial and error, be comfortable with losing to be able to handle victory, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But as a rule of thumb, like when you get to the 10-minute mark in a tight game and you feel like you're struggling to score points, you maybe try for the the try, and if you don't, set back in the middle and just take the shot.
Take it, knock it
right?
over.
Start ticking over that scoreboard. If you get inside 5 minutes, take the shot whenever you can. Don't finesse the ball sideways, because the more passes you add, the more risk comes into play, and then you lose the opportunity. So I just feel like Fitzy and the Sharks, in terms of that spine, I don't know why people... While you pass the ball one way, move the other way, and then put yourself under more pressure. Rule number one, if you're in the position with the best shot, take it,
just
back yourself. Don't worry about the result.
Yes.
Focus on technique. But then if you do get pressure, you have to have option two. I understand that. But the easiest course to victory is get the ball, the best kicker, and kick the ball.
Where was your sweet spot, Coops? Because there's a certain area, like I thought a couple of times they took the ball too far to the line.
Yeah.
And it crowded Nico, never gave Nico enough time.
Yep.
I reckon the sweet spot is around that 20 metres, 20, 25 metres.
I think there's two parts to it. Yes, you don't want to be inside 10, so sort of 10 metres off, 15 metres off, so you're kicking the ball 20, 25 metres. One thing I used to work inside 30 metres is you don't get an extra point for kicking it 400 rows into the grandstand. All you need to do is kick it straight between two sticks.
Yeah.
So keep it simple. Don't sort of bend it out to the right and sort of hit it with a big 3-iron. Just poke it over and get it there. The other part that is probably key is teams need to get their best play the baller to run at the play before the shot.
Yeah, gotcha.
Don't have a lethargic front rower, get there, be sloppy, play the ball. For Storm, Slater was really good because he had footwork and speed. At the Roosters, it was Boyd Cordner, good carry on the short side, on the left-hand side of the field, and kick the ball to the right-hand side of the post. Yeah. There's a couple of things that the Sharks, and to be fair, the Tigers, need to work through in scenario-based training.
There was a couple of interesting setups. There was the one with the Tigers where they literally threw the ball back 30 metres or something to Adam Dewey.